No, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. If you don't know me as a person, let's say you don't like me.
But the casuals don't see the weight difference. They see Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. Yeah. And if Gervonta Davis doesn't fuck Jake Paul, they're gonna think Jake Paul is some pound-for-pound champion type of fighter.
Jake too big for Tank, you know? In reality, he's way too big for Tank.
The boxing world felt the rumble before the storm. Gervonta Tank Davis erupted after hearing Floyd Mayweather predict an early knockout victory for Jake Paul. The tension between mentor and protege had been simmering for years. But this comment ignited a fire. Insiders say Davis felt publicly disrespected the very man who once guided him, now hyping a YouTuber as the next big threat. What began as a casual prediction quickly spiraled into a full-blown feud. Social media exploded with Tank's fiery responses, challenging Floyd and accusing him of selling out the sport for clout. The stage was set, and the spotlight was burning hotter than ever.
No, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. If you don't know me as a person, let's say you don't like me. You don't know me. You feel me? And I don't give a fuck him. If everybody including Will, I mean, Will.
Question for you. You're a proud father.
Crawford weighed in with brutal honesty. Jake Paul is too big for Tank. Crawford acknowledged Davis's talent, his explosiveness, his punching power, but size, he argued, changes everything. One clean shot from Paul, Crawford warned, could end the fight in an instant. The words hung heavy, foreshadowing a looming David versus Goliath showdown, where skill alone might not be enough.
I wanted to get your take on the Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. They just announced the fight. What's your instant reaction to that?
I don't have no reaction. You know, I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder. You know, if it's scripted, then it's gonna be good for the fans to watch.
What do you mean by scripted? Like rigged?
Yeah, like scripted.
But none of those guys want a fucking L, right?
I think it's not a real fight. I think it's because it can't be a real fight because they ain't in the same weight. So it'd be more like an exhibition.
I think it is an exhibition, but do you think they're like, but not one person saying like, yo, I'm gonna fucking throw the match? You think?
I don't think.
Or you never know?
Yeah, I think they're gonna go in there and spar. I don't think it's gonna be you trying to kill me or I'm trying to kill you. You know, I think it's let's go in here and make this money.
Former MMA champion Daniel Cormier echoed the concern, this time from a combat sports perspective. On his channel, he repeatedly questioned the fairness of the matchup. Jake is much bigger, Cormier stressed. It's hard to look at this fight and call it fair. Boxing's traditional rules, designed to even the scales through weight classes, had been bypassed. The better boxer could still lose, because size might trump skill, and that reality added a dangerous edge to every punch.
Boxing gets ridiculous. Gervonta Davis is fighting Jake Paul. Yesterday they had their first press conference. One of the most recognizable things is Jake Paul is huge compared to Gervonta Davis. And two, Gervonta Davis don't even know what weight they fighting, D.
Maximum weight of 195 pounds for this exhibition.
It was 190.
The fight will be contested over 10 3-minute rounds.
I said it was 190.
The fight is 195 pounds, Tank, as you know.
Davis last fought around 136 pounds. Jake Paul recently tipped the scales near 200 pounds. Analysts and insiders alike pointed to the staggering weight gap. Cormier remarked that Paul carved his own lane in boxing, but questions lingered. How can sanctioning bodies legitimize such a mismatch? The sheer size advantage wasn't just influential, it was overwhelming. Every jab, every hook, seemed to carry the weight of inevitability.
Yo, so Jake Paul is fighting Gervonta Davis. I'm serious. It's real. 199 in Paul's last fight, 133.8 for Davis in his last fight. I discussed that and so much more at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific at my YouTube channel. The link will be in my bio. But hey, I thought he was going to fight Anthony Joshua. How do you end up from Anthony Joshua to Tank Davis? I discussed.
Tank addressed the backlash head-on, reflecting on the harsh spotlight of boxing fame. When someone's in the spotlight too long, people want someone else to take their place. He said he saw it in Mayweather's career. Admiration shifted to resentment over time. Now, as public scrutiny intensified around him, Davis felt history repeating itself. The criticism, he claimed, was a test of endurance. and a signal that he was about to step into his own moment.
Gervonta, a lot of boxing fans aren't happy with the fact you've taken this fight rather than the Roach rematch, fights with the likes of Shakur, Devin Haney, Teofimo, etc. What do you make of that reaction? And can we still expect to see those fights?
Why should I care what they think? When y'all switch somebody can have a bad day and y'all switching on who y'all favorite fighter is or who this person is supposed to fight. Like y'all need to sit back and be fans and just enjoy the sport. Like y'all even talk about people's personal lives. Like why when it come to that?
Can we still expect to see any of those fights in the future though?
And y'all keep talking about fighting somebody. Didn't he just have a fight? And what happened? What happened? He won, right? But how you look in it? Exactly. But y'all say some different shit when it's me, right? Cause y'all want me to lose. When y'all see people in that limelight too long, they want to take that they want somebody else to come take that spot. That's why it's always like, come on, bro. That's what happened with Floyd. Y'all seen him too much, and once y'all seen him so much, y'all start hating on it. Like it turned from love to hate.
Davis revealed a deeper ambition, a dream fight with Floyd Mayweather himself, not out of spite, but to prove how far he'd come since leaving Mayweather Promotions. Facing Floyd, he said, would be a test of legacy and pride, a symbolic passing of the torch, on his terms. That context added layers to his clash with Jake Paul. Many saw the Paul fight as Tank's chance to escape Mayweather's shadow, to become boxing's brightest star. Just as Floyd once faced rising resentment in the limelight, Tank now shoulders the same weight with an opportunity to define his own era.
What's your dream fight card?
Dream fight card?
Anybody.
So there's a couple fights on there. Me versus Floyd.
Okay. All right. We'll leave it at that.
A new deal, 7-fight deal, which is music to the ears of many boxing fans. You get to see you in action for several more years. What type of names are we talking about in those 7 names?
Whoever you name, they could be in it.
If I name some fighters, can you say yes or no?
Yep.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yep.
Ryan Garcia.
Yep.
Devin Haney.
Yep.
Isak Cruz.
Yeah, but there's 2 people I already beat already, but yeah.
Errol Spence.
Outside the ring.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah. Yeah. September. November.
Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah.
Out of all of those guys, who do you think is the most difficult opponent for you?
Floyd Mayweather.
Tank hasn't hidden his confidence. He boldly claims his skills surpass Floyd Mayweather's at the same age. According to Davis, his blend of power, timing, and ring IQ creates a more complete fighter. While Mayweather excelled in defense, Davis insists he combines defense with explosive offense, a balance rarely showcased by his former mentor. It's audacious, and it sets the stage for a legacy showdown few saw coming.
Skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Like, nobody. I feel like my skills is way better than, like, Floyd. Like, if I'm on my game. I take that back. Probably hand in hand. But skill-wise, nobody on TV that's fighting right now have more skills than me. Nobody.
The roots of this rivalry run deep. Floyd Mayweather, one of boxing's greatest, first took Tank under his wing when Davis was just a teenager. Mayweather recognized the spark, the raw talent, and sought to mold him into a champion. Their bond was built on respect and mentorship. Floyd praised Tank's ability, while Davis expressed gratitude for the guidance. What started as instruction soon grew into a relationship forged in the fires of ambition and mutual admiration.
Floyd, let me ask you something about the business of all this. I asked you why you wanted to promote Tank when you first saw him, Gervonta Davis. Why do you think he's been able to connect with a crowd? Because he draws real crowds when he fights. That's hard to do in boxing. He gets announced at Ravens games, and then he gets a big ovation, right? And now he's already fighting on pay-per-view. What is it about Tank that is connected commercially with an audience?
His aura. People like him. That Main Street, he got a boyish look. I mean, he's very marketable. As far as when you look at him, he's marketable. But when the bell rings, he's a killer. And that's what people want to see. That's no different from when I was fighting at super featherweight. When I was fighting at junior lightweight, the boyish look, but when I get in there, I wreck shop.
And their connection went beyond contracts or titles. Floyd instilled more than strategy. He nurtured confidence, discipline, and the mindset of a champion. Davis often credits Mayweather for shaping his path, preparing him to become a fighter capable of leaving a lasting mark. Yet, as the feud ignites and public scrutiny intensifies, that foundation of respect is being tested, and the world watches to see whether mentorship can survive ambition.
I was like, okay, I'm ready now. So they came pick me up. Then he took me to the dealership. He let me test drive this, and he also let me test drive our Charger. The Charger was too fast, and he was like, everybody at the gym have them.
That's true, they do.
Yeah, he was like, we want to get you something different. So.
Well, you're from Baltimore. You need a Jeep on the streets of Baltimore.
Yeah.
I've watched the news.
Yeah.
What did they say back home when everybody saw the story that Floyd Mayweather bought you a very expensive car?
Not only that he bought me an expensive car, he took me in.
Took you interest in you and your career, yeah?
Yeah, as a fighter, also as Floyd old enough to be my son, so I wouldn't say a big brother. So he, like a father figure and stuff like that. He took me in, and he been treating me good since I knew him. He been not only in the boxing, like working with me on boxing. He showed me like the business side and all that type stuff, and he showed me a lot, and I appreciate him and I love him forever for that.